honestly.
Well, if D&D is anything, it's a great way to learn about the really strange ways to die. Or to kill things.
How gravity works?
Not so much in D&D, actually. Gravity doesn't work so well in many situations.
I don't know. I turned a dwarf into a cran, so I'm pretty good at learning about gravity. And when you can turn dwarves into flesh crans because of gravity, you learn real quick that it actually does work in D&D.
Yeah.
That was an Austin's game, right?
Yeah.
That was an Austin's game. What
You're
spell
welcome.
was that? What spell was that like it creates?
I think it was just
gravity?
like Thunder Wave or something.
No.
No,
like,
no. You did like
No, it was
reverse gravity field or some
yeah.
shit.
And it did this like this gravity field. It knocked him up, and then he hit the ground and died. And then I thunder waved him across the floor.
And not him and all of his friends.
Yeah. I splattered him, as you should with any dwarf, really.
I
Well,
mean-
he got turned into a cran, and then you used the cran.
That's right.
Oh.
That's right. Yeah. That's true. You have to. I mean, you have to draw with what's in front of you.
And you got the bad guys.
Resources. That's right.
That's
Yeah,
what counts.
All's well that ends well. Jesus. All of a sudden, I'm a Russian.
I'm pretty sure I was dropped to 0 hit points.
Probably. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
That was classic. That was mostly fine.
Crap box somewhere. Okay. So, right, D&D. Last session, 2 weeks
How
ago.
do you do this?
I know.
How do
So you
this?
have to rewire my brain. Hold on. Looking into the matrix.
What are we doing again?
I've forgotten how to D&D. I think you just talk for 3 hours. I think that's how it works.
I actually did
Yeah,
very
that-
little talking this session. Pretty sure I just
I
followed
think you
you.
just watched us.
I think I did. I think that's what happened. Let me go back to my notes. I don't think I made any notes about what y'all guys did because I didn't plan
Sorry.
for it. Right. So the majority of the time, I believe, was meeting back up together after some fuckery and shenanigans and thieving and trying to find y'all's stolen stuff and then trying to decide whether or not to actually get the potion that y'all had already paid for from Joella. And I think that was literally the entire session. I think that was it.
And we all got it except Solar. Solar is going potionless.
Yeah, dude. You're not taking my blood for some blood magic. You guys are fucking out of your minds.
I thought you
Yes.
agreed to it in the end.
I thought you did too. I think you did agree to it at the end.
Oh,
Man,
No,
did
yeah,
I?
'cause I
Fuck.
took your blood. I
Oh,
took
I
your
think you,
blood.
God
I think
damn
you flipped a coin, and then we're like, fuck it.
No,
I-
I don't.
no,
I
I
don't
thought-
flip coins. I think.
I thought you got the vial out and then you were contemplating handing it to her and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, she
kept
wouldn't
it.
take the vial, but I do remember taking your blood.
Really?
I have to retcon that. You know, we have a history of the internet world.
Yeah, I don't
Oh
want
no,
that
I
shit.
do. Never mind. I have it in my notes. There were blood samples drawn from Soli, Boru, Solar, and Yahweh.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill that bitch if she double crosses me. I will shank her. Then I'll turn her into a trinket.
Y'all all still worried about Joella. Like she's shady or something.
She's not the only
Okay.
one with blood samples of the team.
I mean,
Wait, who else has blood samples of the team?
I do.
Oh, motherfucker. Speaking of which, I need to write something. I need to send you something, Austin. With
Oh, cool.
Honestly, we
yeah.
Need
we
new
fight
update?
enough. It wouldn't be that hard to get our blood just
It's
by like
true, it's
watching
true.
from afar.
and we know for
Oh,
a
I-
fact that the masked one has Soli's at least hair, if not other bodily materials, furs. No, like skin
Wasn't
or
nice.
something like that.
Wasn't nice just hiding components in my component pouch? I know you
Yeah,
tied
what was
that
I hiding
hair
in there?
to it.
Hair. It was
That's
hair.
right. That's right.
Yeah, it was hair.
Honestly, if you did that, I would not even notice.
That's right. So you have a lock of Joella's hair.
And then I collected the blood, like they drew samples, but then after they gave us the potions, they gave us like samples back, and I said, "Here, let me throw that away to the group," and collected them all and didn't throw it away.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, there was a lot of what the fuck session. Okay, so you did stop on your way out because Soli got addicted to the cookies. So you had to stop by the bakery and grab like 6 boxes of cookies or something. Nice temporarily took over her body to taste the cookies. And then,
But with consent.
with consent, yes, with consent. And then you had done whatever shopping you needed for things like rations and whatever, and apparently cheese. And y'all had headed out. I believe that y'all wanted to time it so that you were arriving at the area like by mid-morning. So y'all were going to...
I believe our plan, because we knew we had, was it 19 hours? No, 17 hours in these potions. We wanted to time our arrival to be able to camp just outside the area where we needed to drink the potions.
Okay.
Well, wasn't the mice things like before
Yes.
the barrier?
Yes. So it's like a 2-for-1 hit, right? So you can time it so that y'all arrive at where the like scribe had said that they had encountered these creatures. Like, I don't know, 10ish a.m. if you wanted to, something like that. I mean, you could try to camp closer than that, but you...
Did we, am I remembering wrong? Did we get, I believe that's where we might have left off the session, as we got to some sort of marker denoting mouse land that somebody could read. I forget who, but somebody could read the language on the...
I don't remember. Was there a language? I thought it was just like a
I
symbol.
thought it was just a symbol.
Or
I
a
think
symbol,
it was
yeah.
just a
It
symbol.
was just like the banners, the like tiny little
Yeah, that's
house
it.
banners.
Yeah, it was
There
just
it is.
little banners.
Had like a handprint on it or
Yeah,
something.
I think
or
it
a mouse
was like a
print,
little
maybe?
handprint. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was a little handprint. It's almost a warning not to go further. It says stop. Chin. Just one little handprint. So as you begin seeing these banners, you have the option. You can either continue on, and arrive in that area, getting closer and closer to these creatures as it gets darker and darker, or you can rest as you start to see banners more and more frequently, but you know that you are not quite close to the area where you would assume they wouldn't be able to perceive you. It's up to you.
I mean, I feel like we should push to the barrier and try to camp there, personally.
So the creature,
So we have maximum time.
yeah. So these guys are going to be right up against that barrier, because from the journal entries,
Oh, okay.
they
So you-
had fought those creatures while Vance literally did not go in, like was not part of the combat, because he was trying his own, or like the alchemist of the group's potion to try and get through the barrier. And it was like right there while they were in combat.
So they were fighting the mice people? The mice? Whatever
so
creatures?
Scribe, they had described the fight with them and the massive creature. But during that fight, Vance like had literally just walked off and left them to fight alone, to try and get through the barrier. It's like his main goal in mind. Didn't work, but they just ended up retreating.
Yeah, as Dorus like is standing there staring at this little mouse handprint on a banner, he's like, "What do we know about these creatures? Is it possible we could do this peacefully?" Just kind of like positing to the group.
Well, I got this bag of cheese. I was hoping to set a trap.
As like distraction or like bribe sort of thing?
Like dig a pit, put it on top. Plastic pit fall trap. I might get 2 of them.
Doris like sticks his staff end into the ground. What's the ground made out of? Is it rocky? Is it dirt? Is it stone? Like, would we be able to dig a pit? Is what I'm asking.
So, you are in like an area of mangroves. So the ground is marshy. It's very soft. The idea of digging down low. I'm trying to decide exactly where you are. Like, as you were leaving Aubervale area, when you began traversing it, there were like logs that were like fallen trees and stones and stuff that were placed within the areas that were deeper water, so that there was pretty much like these random pathways that just kind of go through the entire area. But the further and further you get out, you realize 2 things. One is that the ground becomes less saturated a little bit, so it's not completely covered in areas of water. There's still puddles and small streams and that kind of thing, but the areas that have been prepared by either the people that live in the area or from ages past, whatever that looks like, those kinds of pathways have pretty much disappeared. So it's still wet, but it's not like you're having to traverse half water. But if you did dig down, the likelihood it would fill with water is pretty high. Still very wet. But, I mean, it's mushy, soft.
Poke it again, and I'm like, it is possible we could dig a hole. I'm not certain what would happen when we sprung this trap, if they would be trapped or not.
We could do a rope snare.
I'm sorry, I had to take a work call. Are we trapping the mouse people?
That's what he got the cheese for. He's trying to decide if he wants to set a mouse trap.
So, my take out of character is we either try to go non-combat, and in my mind, like, I'm still like top of my list would be trying to camp near the border if possible. So it's either we like successfully barter, temporary access, and we get a camp in their village with them, or whatever this mouse settlement thing will look like, or the violent way, obviously, eradication, break out the, rat poison, whatever. So in my mind, those are 2 options that sound appealing to me. This trap technique, I'm curious what the end game is with it. If we trap a rat, what are we doing? Or a mouse, I should say.
It's a mouse.
That's a good point.
Like, are we interrogating this mouse? Yeah, are we?
Mouse pinata?
Are we?
Are these like mouse animal races? Like,
Yes,
we're
they
animal
are.
races.
They're
Are these
mouse
mouse?
Right.
They're mouse folk.
Oh,
Mouse
yeah.
folk. Okay.
Are we kidnapping this mouse folk and like ransoming our access to the mountain with this hostage?
Eoway seems to really be very violent lately.
Internal monologue.
Yeah, I think he's losing his shit.
It's the teeth.
What is
I
that?
mean,
My teeth necklace.
yeah. I mean, couldn't just we like talk to the mouse people and be friends with them?
I want to be.
I don't know.
It's
I wanna be
possible
cool with
they will
Okay.
attack us on sight.
I mean,
Well, the mice worship this like flying creature, I think. Is that what I got from the notes? I'll be wrong.
It's like a turtle creature. It doesn't fly.
Okay, that might have been something else in the notes.
Yeah, that was way before.
Maybe we make friends with turtle creature, and this will embody us in mice's good graces. Yes.
I like that. I want to do the pacifist route. I don't feel like killing
Well-
a whole bunch of mice.
The trap cheese became a bartering cheese, I guess.
I mean, they may not even like cheese. We don't know.
That's true. They might not like. I yeah.
Kind
It's
of
true,
racist
I'm
of you,
elephant, but I do not like peanuts.
but That's true. And I'm not a well shit. I do like fish. Never mind.
Okay, so we're going peaceful route. So
I could sneak around and scout. I just make sure, like, I don't know.
Yeah. I question Yahweh a little bit more on the turtle worship thing, like creature. Like, what do you know of this creature and its location and what it is? What it is.
Start flipping through the book again.
To put it simply, you know, two different versions of the story. One was the one that they told in the tavern. The second is the one that was in the journal. The one in the tavern was that they thought it was like a rock and they were just standing on it and the thing just leapt up out of the ground. It's not dissimilar to the journal. However, the thing just popped out of the ground and wasn't just like a rock sitting there. It wasn't as funny. And they were simultaneously attacked by dogs. My mouse folk at the same time.
Were they like ambushed?
Kind of. From what it sounds like, that's what it seems.
Have you sent this entire thing to Dorus or anyone else yet?
Yeah, I did send it to Taurus, but it's a lot, and I don't expect anybody to have the time, especially right now.
I did not read it. I did not read it.
I know.
I mean, if you want to look over it.
I know Jazz has been like super busy, birthday and then break week and all that.
I was
But
thinking if I had detect magic, I could maybe find the turtle first. I didn't take it, so.
There was someone big, all caps big, standing in the shadows of the trees, whispering.
that too.
Can I go search for it?
Yeah, so if you would like, you can stop as you get closer and closer to steps area. It's hard. It's not hard to determine where that is because
Is there anywhere to fish? Is there any water?
not big enough to fish in here.
Damn it.
I mean, there's a few streams if you want to try and fish for trout.
So juicy, sweet.
I'm pretty sure that's probably like copyright. Which is hilarious.
It's fine.
Oh yeah, don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Just random thoughts. So there would be some streams. You could probably find a stream if you want to try and do like a nature or survival.
Hell yeah. Need to do some fishing.
So it's not hard to discern when you're getting close to the Misty Steps. One, you can see the mountains floating above. Nat 20, very nice. 28 for survival.
Choo-choo, bitches.
And
I was gonna say, as he's getting set up, I just kind of poke my head out of the pennant and say, if you see anything that's like mouse folk sized for consumption, maybe that's their local food. Although if it's bigger, then you just have more mice eat it. Should you be fishing? What if these waters are sacred?
That's a good...
I need fish. Something to eat. I forgot to buy stuff.
Oh,
And I
all
was
right
fishing.
then. Also, Yahweh has a lot of cheese if you like that.
Mm, yeah, not the stinky kind.
Yeah, I hate stinky cheese. It makes me want to puke.
I mean, I got a lot of this for pretty stale. And moldy in some places.
A little bit.
Wow.
Cheese.
He's not selling it.
You just cut off the mold. That's how cheese works.
No. Okay.
Not with soft
All right,
cheese.
hold on. You should not be keeping any food in your house that has molded.
Oh
and if
no.
you're having to cut it off,
That's
You
so
just throw the whole
You
cheese
do-
away if it's got mold on the outside? No.
I mean, if
yeah.
it's
I
like
do.
soft-
I do.
soft
If I
cheese.
see mold,
No.
yeah. If
It's
I
only
do,
like surface mold.
No,
I freak out. I
you
freak
need
out.
surface mold.
You just
Yeah.
cut off the surface part and it's good underneath.
That's some fucking sailor scurvy shit we got going. I don't know what the
I'm with
fuck
Jazz
happened
on
here.
this.
I've eaten
Hey,
so
you have
much
a
moldy
block of
cheese in my
hard
life,
cheese.
and I ain't dead yet.
Oh
If you
my
have a
gosh,
block
I
of
get
hard cheese, you can just cut off the mold on the outside.
Okay, with hard cheese you can. With soft cheese you can't.
Well, unless
Okay,
it's
that's-
blue cheese, which is literally the blue is literally mold.
I don't like this.
It's harder to
conversation.
cut it out on a soft cheese. I would
Anyway, back to
agree.
D&D.
I remember something that kids used to say. Oh, it's a fun little quiz. What's a cheese's favorite music?
String cheese.
Ooh, that's a pretty good answer, but no, not what I was looking for.
What's a cheese's favorite music?
Or style of music.
I don't know. I like mine
Blues?
better.
I remember what the kid said, but I don't know what this means. So maybe you can
Blues is a
tell
good
me.
one.
R&B.
Wow, I think mine was way better. I don't know why they said that. That was terrible.
I think the
Because
blues
brie
is
is a
honestly
type
the
of
best
cheese.
answer.
I think blues is pretty good.
Yeah, blues is pretty
Or blue
good.
cheese, you could say blues. Yeah, string music, string. I don't know. That's tough.
I think blue cheese and string cheese are the most acceptable answer for that.
Well, to be fair, R&B stands for rhythm and blues, so
Yeah.
It's fair. It's blues with dancing.
All right, so you start fishing. Are we doing this like at the close of the day? Because I think it was a day and a half camp or a day and a half walk.
Yeah, just whenever I got time to.
Okay. So, first day. Oh, right. So it's not hard to find to see that you are getting closer to the Misty Steps and the Crying Cascades, for that matter. Like the floating islands are huge. Now they're not nearly as high as you would expect them to be, like when the kind of the way that they look like on the map. I mean, they're still incredibly high, but you can see the area where this once would have been a fairly decent sized mountain range, smack in the middle of this area that just got lifted up out of the ground. So while there might not be like a visible barrier or whatever this gravity area is, there is a visible area of where the change should be. You see mist falling from the islands from the archipelago, and it never seems to touch the ground. While it is incredibly humid here, the mist itself kind of just seems to do weird things within the space. I can't even. It never truly falls. It's like it turns to clouds before it ever hits the ground. Is the only is what you could perceive. So you can assume that you're probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours away from where your intended destination is before you drop your elixirs. So this would probably be a decent place to stop if you wanted to stop for the night.
Is there any like rocks or thick trees around that might be suitable for like a shelter?
Yeah, so you still have the large or like the wide canopy of the mangroves themselves. This area is dappled light at best, even midday. It never gets incredibly bright here, so there's always going to be canopy of some kind. There are rocks kind of strewn about the area, large thick trees, depending on what it is that you're looking for as far as safety goes. So if you want to roll survival to try and find what you're looking for camping, while Solar
I was
goes
thinking of like, we have the barrier on one side of us, and like maybe just like 1 or 2 openings, so we can't get like surrounded easily.
yeah, that would be easy to do. Yeah, so I would say the barrier you could probably assume is like 4 to 5 hours out. And of course, like the further and further in you go, you start to see these little banners posted more and more frequently as these like makeshift roads of kinds disappear.
You want me to roll survival?
No, not for something just for that. Not in this area. It's if you didn't have a good sense of direction, it'd be very easy to get lost here. Everything looks the fucking same. You keep going, and everything just begins to look the same. Solor, you find a creek and throw in your line. It doesn't take long before you get a tug and are able to catch a couple of trout. With a natural 20 for survival. So if you wish, you can start a fire and cook your trout or eat them raw.
Oh yeah. Nope. Well, I'd probably eat them raw.
Sushi.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Is everybody else digging into their rations and cookies?
So juicy sweet.
Rations and
Just slapping it on the ground. Plop, plop.
If we're setting up camp, I want to take a small bit of the molted cheese, and I'm going to make a sort of trap.
A sort of trap. Okay. What does this sort of trap look like?
I'm just gonna get a snare trap.
Okay, a little snare trap. Okay, now you can roll survival. I don't know what your history of trapping is, considering that you grew up in a enclosed area.
I mean, I had to hunt for my own food, so.
Okay, true.
Survival. That is a 22.
Oh, that's coffee. Coffee's on Vice French. 22.
I rolled for coffee.
You rolled for coffee. I'm sorry. It just like was concerning.
I got a 22.
Okay, 22. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. You're able to make a small trap. Are you putting this kind of like between where you are and where you would assume the mouse folk would be coming from in the direction from however that sentence is supposed to go in the words that sequential makes sense? That didn't either. So
Or just like a prominent opening in our surroundings that might be open to attack.
okay.
Are things happening over there?
Oh yeah. If I didn't have like the sensitivity cranked way up so that it only picks up my voice, y'all would be hearing some random ass clanging. It literally sounded like he took the oven out. I don't know what happened. Oh, okay. So you begin making your you walk off just a little bit towards the north to set up your trap while Solor is fishing. Soli, is there anything you want to do for the evening? Bruce? Nice.
I want to take a look around, but I don't want to get lost and kidnapped by the mouse people.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll go with Soli. I'll cast light on my staff, and we kind of like
yeah,
around the camp.
yeah, I feel like exploring. I mean, I've done hunts before, so I can be a little sneaky sometimes. But I do like do some reconnaissance.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Okay, so are we trying to go stealthy with a light on a staff? It would be difficult. It's up to you guys.
I mean,
think the roost is just like doing maybe 30 yards out from the camp, kind of a circle around it.
yeah, I was
So
gonna
if
be.
you go past that,
yeah.
I'm not going to go with you.
I was gonna be cautious.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys begin your sweep. Both of you roll perception.
Got 11.
Can I have nose perception? Is that possible?
If you're gonna be sniffing.
Only perception? Of course I am. I always am.
Yeah.
24 for me.
Okay. So sniff perception is a 24, visual perception is an 11. Nice, what are you doing?
So I got one guy catching fish, and then Yahweh is setting a cheese trap. I'd kind of look at the cheese, and I'd say to Yahweh, does that taste anything like the cookies I had?
No, this is a no.
Does it taste better? And you see this like comically large tongue come out of my mouth, just across my face. Does it taste better?
Well, I guess depends who you ask.
You described the taste to me.
Well, the cookies were sweet.
Oh yeah, they were. Yep. Was this like?
You're lagging so much.
Yeah, it's because I
No, I
was.
am.
No, that was me.
Oh,
I was tabbed out.
I could just see freeze frame of you laughing.
No, I'm sorry. Apparently, if I'm just tabbed out into Tailspire, it does that.
question at hand.
Does cheese taste?
What does cheese taste like?
I don't know how to describe this taste.
Is it
As
that
somebody
good?
who doesn't taste.
I mean, I remember tasting. It's been with me all day. I thought I was fine, but I need to taste more. Is this why you have the teeth? Is this to help you taste more?
No, that is they're just nice to look at.
You know what? I'll ask the neighbors. They probably know what tasting's like. You'll see me go back inside, and maybe like my pendant will sort of like lightly vibrate closer to your teeth necklace. And we don't need to RP that, but I will try to have a conversation with the teeth spirits.
What do you mean, neighbors?
Yes, you disappear as the passing sentence. I need you to roll perception.
You being me or you being Yahweh?
Nice. Sorry.
Oh. 9.
9. Just the faint chattering of teeth. Answer.
Excuse me, do you like tasting things? Do teeth taste? And you don't have to go further from there, but that would be the kind of combo.
Okay. So, right. Ioe is setting up his traps. Dorus and Soli, y'all begin your path around the area, just kind of circling out. One thing that is seriously overwhelming for Dorus is the smell of this cheese. It is pungent. It is super pungent. And like every so often you get a break from it. Just every so often the wind shifts in just the right direction, so you get a break from it. But it just begins permeating the area. For Soli and for Dorus, technically, the sounds of this area are like almost overwhelming. You hear frogs and insects and like cicadas waking up for the night, and all of these other creatures of the night coming awake. You know, the chirping of strange birds and other creatures in the area. You hear even some like distant calls of some kind from maybe cats or other swamp area, speaking to either themselves or to each other as you begin circling around. Luckily, y'all did purchase the insect repellent. So the insects, while they are loud, are not bothering you. You don't see much until you begin that last circle. And off in the distance, you see flashing lights begin to kind of blink into it. And the smells of the swamp are really overwhelming. I mean, it's just earthy, and you can smell on the wind every so often like a musk of some kind, which you would imagine are the predators of the area. But nothing that sticks out and is alarming other than what you would expect to find. No, the blinking lights are just as Dorus are doing their very small, like 30-yard round.
Is it like alarming lights or like kind of firefly, like natural looking sort of lights?
Um, they look
Or
fairly
like torches being
natural.
carried in the dark?
No, they don't look. They definitely don't look like torches. It's much more reminiscent of like firefly, like.
If Sully's near me, I'll talk to her and be like, I don't much like this area. It's too many bugs. And he's like flapping his ears wide, like loudly, flop, flop, even though we have the bug spray or whatever.
Yeah, I agree, but I have a cookie and I'm putting it right on my nose. I don't like the smells here.
Yeah, Doris reaches into his pouch and pulls out one of the baguettes and is like munching on
Yeah,
it. It's
especially
still
the,
good and soft.
the smell of the cheese. It's so bad.
Oh, I'm glad you could smell this too. I thought it was just me.
Oh no, I hate the smell of cheese, of that kind of cheese. It's so pungent.
Well,
So-
let him have his fun, I guess.
Yeah, I mean everything looks fine, right? I mean there's some lights over there. I don't think it's that concerning. Doesn't look off. Looks natural, I think, in the environment.
I like kind of noticed what she's talking about and didn't even realize it. I'm like, oh yes, I see this too now that you say this, but let us hope it is nothing to worry about. And he like puts his nose that way and like smells in that direction just in case there's anything weird.
It smells a little bit more. Like when you're cutting like fresh button mushrooms, like that smell of fresh mushrooms. It's very much like that. That direction.
We should keep eye out overnight at least. Let the
For
others
sure.
know that those lights are out there in case it becomes problem.
Oh yeah, good idea.
So, back over to Ioway. As you set your trap, how far away from the camp are you doing this?
Oh, like 20 to 30 feet.
Oh wow, so really close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if something comes near us, it might attract it, and then we can wake up.
Okay. Yes. So, how are we doing watches tonight? Is there anything else anybody wanted to do for this trap shenanigans? Gotta roll for it.
Well, I have that whole like not needing sleep thing because I can't be exhausted. So I could take a break if we wanted to maintain like I need to sleep to get things back like spell slots, but I don't need to do that right now. So I
Right.
can take a shift if that feels better to you, DM, or I can just watch for the whole night.
I would say just for balance, you would still need to like the meditation thing, right? Like you still need to rest your mind and like assimilate everything that's happened throughout. Blah, blah, blah.
It's true.
So yeah, I would say you could take a watch. If you want to take first watch. Who wants
Sure.
to take second, third?
I'll take the second witch.
Okay.
I'll
I'll
take
do
third
third.
if we need third. Yeah, okay.
All right. So as everybody finishes up their fishing, cleaning and eating their fish, cookies, rations, whatever everybody else had found for the evening for dinner. You settle in. Nice, you take over the first one. I need you to roll perception.
15.
15. Like I had said for Doruz and Soli, the night is incredibly noisy. It just is. It's just the way of the area. The strange growls and chittering seems to get closer and about 70 or 80 feet away, you hear a fight between two creatures. Growling and hissing and spitting and chittering. You hear the cracking of sticks and the rumbling of the ground beneath as they seem to be really going at it and tearing up everything around them. I don't remember, do you have dark vision?
I have 60 feet of dark vision.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec, too. I have another vision thing I want to remind myself of. Oh, yeah, it's just that. Okay, cool. I'm good. Sorry, continue.
So you're peering in the direction of this fight. And beyond them, you now see these lights flickering off and on in the distance. And they seem to get more and more, the lights themselves seem to get more and more excited in a way. I guess blink more rapidly as this fight goes on further and further and further. And then suddenly...
Oh, I was going to say, can I use 30 feet of my movement to come out of the pendant and I'm starting to go as far as I can to get a better view of what I'm seeing.
Yeah. So you come out of the pendant as this fight is at its peak. And you're moving closer so that you can get a visual of it. And one of the creatures, you can kind of get an understanding of. It's like a meerkat looking creature. Very angry, lots of teeth out, lots of claws. But yeah, it's like a meerkat looking creature. Not like a sentient creature. It's just an animal. And it seems to be fighting a frog. Now, the frog is about 10 times as big as this creature is. And is continually hopping away, trying to eat, tongue stuck out, and the meerkat is constantly dodging. And the meerkat will come in and start spitting and growling and biting and scratching. And the frog will roll over there, tumbling everywhere, and then it'll jump back and try and stick him with his tongue again. It is the strangest fight you've probably ever witnessed. And at some point, the meerkat gets exhausted. And it's not winning this fight. And it hisses, screeches, and then runs away. As the fight dies down, so too do these little lights off in the distance. They just become much more natural, you would expect lightning bug lights to be. And then you see the frog hopping closer to the camp. It's a little scratched up. There's some injuries on it, but not too much. And it is heading directly to the cheese trap, which is only 20 feet away from your sleeping friends. I don't know what you want to do about this. And how do we set a DC for a spring trap?
In the past, I've done asking them to do a tools proficiency check, and then based off that, determine a DC if they roll well or if they roll poorly.
That's a good idea. All right, EOA. Roll a d20 plus your proficiency.
Proficiency, that is 14.
14. Okay. So, are we watching the frog?
I'm watching the frog, and I'm going to conjure a minor illusion. There's an image of an object no larger than a 5-foot cube. So I'm going to make would Nice know anything? Man, I just call him Free. Would Nice know anything about what frogs don't like? No, he would not. So he would instead make a much larger frog with menacing eyes and pointy teeth in its mouth, and plop that 5-foot frog. I don't know how big this. You said it was 10 times the size of a ferret, so maybe it's roughly 5 feet itself.
It's a very big frog. Yeah.
So it might be a similarly sized but meaner looking frog, plop down in front of it and just trying to make it look as menacing as I can.
Okay, so something really, really fucking strange happens. As this incredibly menacing frog like is reared up on its hind legs and glaring down at this other frog. The other frog, like, ducks its body low, flat up against the ground, almost in submission to Daddy Frog.
Okay. um, okay. Okay. It's not going according to plan. Not knowing what to do, I will maintain the illusion and telepathically try to wake Yahweh.
Okay.
Yahweh, there's a big frog coming for. Oh wait, I can't smell. There's a big frog coming for the camp. I put another meaner frog, but I think I made it too attractive.
Oh my god.
Do I wake up from this?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, he's speaking directly in your head. I would not be able to sleep through that.
I just wake up, utterly confused.
Yeah.
I'm over here and like try to give him some semblance of the direction I'm in.
I will pull out my swords and quietly approach,
The frog?
or like
Okay.
a hiding place behind a tree.
Okay, so just a reminder, the trap is only 20. So, you can roll stealth if you would like. It is distracted by giant daddy frog. So roll stealth. I'll roll perception for this dude.
$18.
18. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. You slowly get up, and as you're looking in the direction, like very close to your trap, you see this frog, like prostrated on the ground in front of an illusion of a much bigger or much meaner looking frog. So you sneak around to the back of this tree to peer around it?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you looking for exactly?
I'm just trying to observe the situation.
Okay. How long does this illusion last? We're watching whatever the fuck is happening here.
I think it lasts a turn, but you can like
It says,
continue to.
yeah, it says 1 minute. Yeah, it just says 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, it
So-
says last for the duration or end if I dismiss it. Okay.
Okay. So, after a few moments, let's say like 20 seconds in, the frog that's just laying on the ground kind of like is wondering why this other thing hasn't moved and just looks up at it and slowly, ever so slowly, begins making its way still flat to the ground, like trying to remain unnoticed. Like long legs sneak around the other one to get to the cheese.
Yeah,
Now-
I'm reading this spell. Is it that I could just make a picture or can I make it like move?
I think it's just a static.
Because it
thing.
says the image can't create sound, light, smell, or any other sensory effect.
Yeah, so it's just like a static, like a statue.
Okay. So I'll be panicking as I see it moving, and that frog will disappear, and I'll pop another frog directly in front of the frog. And this one will be even meaner looking. And then, yeah.
Okay, so it immediately drops back down to the ground, and it's like this. The one that you dropped is literally like on top of one of its feet, right? So it's like squirms backwards, and you kind of see it like try and peer behind it to see where the fuck that happened from. So, I mean, what are we trying to do with this poor frog?
Oh, you're trying to scare it away.
It's clearly attracted to something here. I don't know. Catch and release. I don't have hands.
I mean, I could try. I just go up to it and pick up the frog.
So it's big. I believe it's considered a medium. It's a big freaking frog.
But so go big and then pick it up.
Yeah, it's a medium creature.
That will waste one of my slots for the day, though.
You can go back to sleep and get that back.
Oh, we
That's
haven't
first
taken a
watch.
long rest yet?
No, it is first
Yeah.
watch.
Okay. I'll turn big then.
Okay, so you
And I'm
turn,
just peering down at this frog.
so you turn big and step out from behind this. Do you pop a frog?
I'm still trying to like distract it for as long as possible before Yahweh can get in there, so I would leave it up.
Okay, so as soon as Yahweh turns giant and steps out, not Big Daddy Frog, but the other one looks up at you and is immediately going to try and attack you. Put itself between you and Big Daddy. We're gonna see how this goes.
I just wanted to, like, grab it.
So its tongue suddenly shoots out and it sticks to your leg for a hot second and does absolutely fucking nothing. And it retracts and it like begins hopping in your direction, thinking it just needs to be closer.
Not sure if it will understand me, but I'm just like, do you want to try that again?
So if you wait your turn.
Like, just no weapons yet.
Okay. Yeah. So
I'm just staring at this like, are you serious?
so it rears back and hops full body towards you. Tongue shoots out. Its mouth opens and wraps around like part of your leg. It just hangs there for a hot second and then just kind of falls down. I'm rolling and it can't do it. So
I
at
almost
this
feel
time,
bad for him.
you would hear, those that are in camp would hear a big "Bleh" as this thing falls to the ground, probably waking up those who are lighter sleepers. And
I just pick it up and chuck it into the water.
okay, roll a strength check to see like just how far you could chuck this thing. I mean, even though it's medium, you are now large, so I'm not even worried about you
I
being
get
able
an
to.
advantage because I am huge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was strength is a 20.
A 20? Yeah. So as you pick this creature up, probably mouth pointing away from you, it immediately sees the cheese. As you begin to chuck it, its tongue shoots out to grab the cheese, also misses the cheese. And those who wake up just see this massive frog begin flying, like, off in a random direction, and you hear a splash in the background. This is what you...
Is anyone else awake, or are you all heavy sleepers?
I probably would have woken up.
I'm pretty sure the splash would be loud enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on how loud that was, I think.
I mean, the trap was only 20 feet from the camp, so it was
Then
very close.
I'll do my best camp counselor voice. All right, everyone, we got rid of the frog. Everyone, go back to sleep. You need your beauty rest. The frog has been disposed of. Nothing to see here.
Going back to sleep. Why? So why did we launch a frog? I'm so confused.
It was trying to take our cheese.
It was trying to take our cheese, so we launched a frog.
Oh, that's what it was doing. Oh. Okay, so maybe we need to get rid of the cheese if the denizens of this area find it so delectable.
Yeah, I mean, we very well could have bigger things coming to take the cheese. Cheese monsters.
Does anyone want to eat it and describe to me how that tasted?
Or, hear me out, you could taste it.
Are you offering your body in service to me?
Nope.
That's weird.
Phrasing. Well,
I just don't know you well enough yet.
I can't taste on my own though.
Oh. I always forget about that.
But you could describe it to me. I'm trying to come up with a new way to taste, and if you are really good at describing it, that might be just as good. All right, no takers. Let's get rid of the cheese, please.
Actually, you know what? I'll let him take over. Do you want to go eat the cheese?
All right.
Oh no, not the moldy cheese.
Yeah, just
molded.
try to eat the good parts. Try not to eat the moldy part. The moldy part tastes terrible.
Got it.
I'll put this one back into the bag. You can have a clean piece.
Thank God for that.
You stopped my shenanigans. I had no concept of mold, so I was playing it just easy.
So I got a little worried there for a second.
I'll pull out a fresh piece
Okay.
and give it to Salur.
And then I'll pop out of the pendant and go like right in front of Slur's face. Just double checking. We're good to go. I'm kind of like grabbing the sides of your face.
Yep, that's kind of weird, but sure.
Okay.
After
hey.
the cheese is eaten, I will run away in a different direction, so that you'll pop out of you.
Oh no! I mean, I learned the cookie experience was a good lesson for me. I will learn to better control my urges. But feel free if I get out of control. Yes, feel free to run away. So, whoop,
Okay.
I'll pop in. Yeah.
Yeah, you pop into Salor. Are y'all going to share brains for a second, or are you just pushing them all the way out?
What's it like in Solar's brain? Like, how much, passive self-talk in your head's going on? Are you more or less living in the present? Is there anything wistful going on up here?
Just an empty bottle.
No, I would say I'd probably use it as a time to this, and this is why I need to write something for him as far as what's going on with Nemu. So I'd probably use it as a time to give him that information.
Okay.
Without having to, and I don't really have that information right now, but you could
Okay.
just assume like.
Yeah, we can retcon it later.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
so it's like some stealthy talkie going.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll receive that information, and then at the end I'll be like, okay, cheese time. Do you want to be present for this? Should we share tasting notes?
Nope, I'm good. Go for it.
So possibly this whole time I'm imagining, correct me if I'm wrong, Solar
Tasting notes.
Solar just has like a dead in the eyes face. He's just
Yeah,
like
for
staring forward like a statue. And then eventually it'll snap to, oh, no offense, Soli, he's quite agile. You see me kind of like bouncing up and down some trees. Those cookies, I think, were weighing down more of your lymphatic system, Soli. This fish is quite a fine diet.
I can't hear you.
Oh yeah, we can't hear you, Soli.
Your mic being stupid again.
Get right.
If been talking before this? We didn't hear you, I promise.
Yeah, that's for reals. Still using that USB mic? Are you doing some DAC magic?
Does it work?
Yes.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
working now.
Yeah, I mean, I am doing deck magic, but it's not for microphones. It's for
Yeah, I know.
speakers.
I'm just messing around.
I just wish. I
know.
wish. But yeah, no, I'm asleep.
Oh,
okay.
you're
so
sleeping
yeah.
asleep this whole time? Okay.
All right, so
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't say it then. If she was asleep, I wouldn't wake her up.
Right.
I will try the cheese.
Okay. What would nicest thoughts be about a very pungent cheese? Like, think blue cheese style pungent, and this taste just lingers. It is.
I would immediately spit it back out. Oh, this is like
straight blue cheese.
this is what the kids describe diapers as.
It's like eating baby shit.
Oh,
terrible
I hate
enough.
this.
It lingers. It doesn't go away. The flavor is like it looks like an oil coating your mouth.
Oh, I've ruined Solur's mouth. What do I do?
Do you want to come out?
Well, I don't want him to be left with this mouth in this condition. What do we do?
Here's some water. I take a bowl of the swamp water and give it to you.
I'll start drinking the swamp water, which I imagine also doesn't taste good.
That is
Oh,
awesome.
this is a step above the diapers. Does it get rid of the aftertaste, or does it just replace it with a different one?
It's kind of a double whammy.
Well, we're making improvements, but we're not there yet, people.
Roll for parasites.
Dude.
I think you should roll. It's your body. You should roll for parasites.
What do I roll?
Con save. Did you have extra fish sitting around? Okay,
That's a good
you're fine.
idea. That's a great
Uh,
idea.
Yeah, that's
We'll
a
have
good
to
question.
take replace memory to get rid of that taste.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide too if I would have saved one. I would imagine I would have, just for like breakfast or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I would have eaten both of them, depending on how big they were. How big were they?
I mean, you rolled a nat 20, so they would have been some pretty decent sized trout.
Oh yeah, probably not both of them then.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can.
I'm going through my component pouch to see if I have
All right,
enough spice.
I rolled a 22 on intelligence. So I was just testing myself to see if I'd think of that plan, since it was the DM's plan.
Yeah.
I'll be like scrambling through supplies for a little bit.
As
Yeah, it
Eoway
would
is
be-
doing the same thing.
Yeah,
It would be over by where I'm sleeping.
and then eventually come across the fish. Oh yeah. This will probably work. This will taste like how his mouth was when I got in here, I think. And I'll eat some of the fish.
Yeah.
Does that do the job?
Yeah, the fish actually tastes incredibly clean. It's almost sweet. It is fishy. It is trout, but it definitely has a much more pleasant mouth feel than the super pungent cheese and swamp water.
Dude, that's
I-
a hell of a fucking like trip you just went through.
Was it?
Shitty cheese to swamp water and then to fucking fish, dude. That's Jesus.
Was this something you pre-cut, or is this like a whole fish that I find?
It would have probably been a whole fish.
So I'll start by like using his cat-like hands to cut like a small piece and like chew it very thoroughly.
Yeah, with my nails or whatever. Yeah, my claws.
But you see my eyes go kind of wide, Yahweh, and I begin taking more fish and just like diving into it.
Oh no.
Have you been lost in the food again?
I rolled a food save and I failed.
Okay, so Laura, I'll be back. I walked 30 feet.
And
I'm not
Soler,
running, I'm just walking.
so Soler, you'll come back to your body like hands like this, like a corn cob of fish in front of your face. Just like mid-bite.
Damn it, I was saving that for tomorrow. What the fuck is this flavor?
Sorry, the cheese wasn't good. I don't need any more cheese.
What did you try to wash it down with?
Water.
From where?
The water spot.
From the watering hole? Probably filled with frog shit and mouse shit. Who knows what was in there?
That's why I ate the fish.
Damn it. Well, I'm gonna just keep eating it for fuck's sakes. This is disgusting. I'm gonna just keep. I'm not even hungry, and there goes my breakfast.
Sorry.
It's fine, buddy.
Okay, so we
At least now I know not all tastes are good.
That's true. Not all tastes are good. Some of them are terrible, like moldy cheese.
And you'll hear me like retreat into the pendant, and you'll hear the like my voice will trail off. Oh, on right after his birthday. What are you doing? I like scold myself going back into the pendant.
So funny.
So it's still your watch.
I'll forget about it for a few minutes, but I'll eventually come back.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
what
feel
happened to
I
the marmoset?
thoroughly woke up Solar.
Oh, the other creature? Is that what you were asking about, Doris? Yeah, it ran off after its fight with the frog.
I was just curious if he's still watching it or not. I'm asleep still. I rolled terrible on my perception roll, so I'm still asleep.
Okay. So you're just knocked out.
I only need a half watch's worth of sleep, so can I take second watch now to cover for my error in interrupting people's sleep?
So you can. Second watch was Solis, who never woke up.
Oh, okay, no, this is a happy accident. Never mind, we're good.
Yeah, so this could be towards the end of your watch. So technically it would be Solor's watch. No, wait, yeah. No, it would be Soli's watch, but Solor is still up finishing his fish. So Solor, if you want to take second watch and then wake up Soli for third watch, you can.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. Any exchange that needs to be had before the transition for another perception roll?
So this was towards the end of my watch. I'll be in the pendant. People will start to go back to sleep, except Solar's finishing his food, and then I'll probably just pop into his head. It's your turn to keep watch. Sorry again.
It's all good. I'm not gonna be able to sleep now anyway. Like I just ate a rotten turd.
All right.
That one doesn't sound good. I don't need to try that one.
No, I wouldn't eat poop. It's disgusting. I've
How
heard.
do you know the difference between a rotten one and a fresh one?
I would imagine a rotten one that's been sitting out for even longer. You know, like it's been sitting in the hot sun. It's gotten rained on, and then sitting in the hot sun. Then there ends up being like maggots crawling out of it.
Stop.
You know, like that. That's a rotten turd.
Got it.
Okay,
Noted.
roll perception.
Oh, okay. Perception.
Pretty sure even maggots don't like turds, just saying.
No, that's a lie. And the only reason I know that is because I've had dogs.
Pretty gross. Flies love turds. Flies put their babies in turds,
All right,
and then babies come out of turds.
13 for perception.
Yeah, 13.
Um,
And I rolled a 5. I'm still distracted.
you are distracted. You're upset about your fish. You're upset about the still lingering
really am. I
flavor.
was really fucking looking forward to that fish.
Yeah, still lingering flavor of that cheese, and maybe a little bit of slimy aftertaste from the water. Is there anything you want to do on your watch? Do you want to roam? Are you just chilling? What are you doing?
How far away is the stream again?
The stream itself would probably be a decent.
All right, never mind. Yeah, I think I'll just sneak around and try to. I'll just walk around stealthily. Is a 26 stealthy enough?
26 is stealthy enough. As you just kind of begin walking around, you just walk away from the camp for a little bit. And once again, like, these sounds are just smells, the sounds, everything, the distraction of the flavors in your mouth. You do hear some of these other creatures, like, in the night, calling out still to each other. You hear, a couple bickerings going on in the you see the flickering lights that everybody else saw. And kind of every so often you swear you smell a little bit of smoke. But it's incredibly faint and you can't quite tell which directions it's coming from. It just comes and goes on the very faint breezes of the night here. But how far away do you... No, you can't tell. How far away do you walk?
A few hundred feet, probably. Enough of a distance to, like, get away from the camp a little bit, but not so far to where I'm like, I can't get back quick enough.
So a few hundred feet could get you within range of the lights that everybody has throughout the night.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'd be okay with seeing that.
As you kind of just circle the camp and, make your way further out, and you're just getting closer and closer to these lights, there's a few things that you realize. One, they're not fireflies. Two, they're not technically anything you can see. It's almost as if the lights themselves blink in from nothing.
I'm gonna reach out and try to touch one.
Alright, as you reach out, get closer and closer. And close enough to where you feel like you can reach out and touch them. Now they're random, right? And you realize that underneath them is a circle of very large mushrooms. You wake up too, Dick. So are you going to walk into the circle of mushrooms? Or reach out?
Sure.
Okay. So, as you take a step over these mushrooms, maybe not even really seeing, just understanding that there's something you have to step over. And you're reaching out your hand. Two things happen at once. One, the sounds around you fade to almost nothing. Two, as you reach your hand out, you see these lights blinking randomly. And then suddenly, one blinks. And it's literally like in the middle of your fingers. Passes through your fingers. There is no pain whatsoever. I need you to roll a D100 for me. 57.
56.
All right, pretty neutral, pretty neutral. As this brief flash happens, your mind is immediately overtaken by somebody else's memory. And it is a flash of everything around you suddenly aging, shrinking, turning to nothing but ash, dust at your feet. And then the memory is gone.
And I was in this area, could I tell?
Roll perception to see how much you were.
Wow, that's... How was that a fucking 2? That's crazy. Look at this shit.
Looks like a 2 to me. So you can assume it was in this area only because, like, you could see large trees off in the distance, but you can't be sure.
Okay.
Are you staying here?
Yeah, is there another one I could touch?
Roll a D100.
little spicier, 68.
68. You're drawn into this room. Take another step in. Full body within the circle. And little lights begin to blink. And one of them blinks. See the flash just barely up against your shoulder, as it seems to have flashed within your body. And as soon as it does, you have, once again, you're whisked away. But this time, you're on like a wall of some kind, an old stone wall, and you hear orders being called out from a distance. And you ready your weapon, and then
Okay. I'm gonna try one more.
okay, roll another D100.
Famous last words of a gambler. Spicy 98. Oh man.
As you come back out, you're completely overwhelmed now with the sensations of whatever is going on. And it's almost as if you're like in this strange meditative space. A bright flash in your right eye. And again, you're taken to another memory. This time, something completely different, almost alien to you. In your mind is a steadfast belief that what you are doing is right. And you can feel the pain of everything dying. Feel yourself raising up into the air. And this pain begins overwhelming. But your body is so focused on the magic you can't scream. And in that last brief moment, your entire body expands. Consciousness stays. Feel all of the pain and the death. Hear the rumbling. No longer see. All you know, you've become part of what you create. Feel the pain. Loss, everything.
Yeah, that was the last one. That's enough of that. What a fucking trick.
So, you quickly...
They always warned me about mushrooms.
You quickly step out of the ring, and before you hadn't really perceived the change of sound, but it is like a wall of sound that hits you as the frog croaks and the bugs and the insects and the creatures of the night, all those sounds immediately return.
Okay, I'm gonna go back in there and just meditate.
You're gonna go back in there and meditate?
Yeah. Yeah, now that I know, like, it's quiet, I like the quietness.
Okay, so...
I'm gonna just sit down on the ground.
Soli, how good is your internal clock? And are you going to...
Yes.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'd go back before Sully's watch.
Okay. So, as you finish your meditation, you see these lights blink. And it's almost as if whatever space you find yourself in, these little bubbles seem to come in parting. After an hour and a half or so, you realize that you probably need to get back to wake up Soli. And you step out. That wave of sound hits you. And as you walk back to camp, you see a creature with your fish in its mouth, whatever was left, launching away like that little meerkat creature. And he's just over by your bed, and it looks to be that he has also taken like a little bag of somebody's rations. It's just sitting over there, just eating everything it can.
Not the cheese.
I'm gonna
Not the
throw one.
cheese.
I'm gonna throw one of my daggers at it.
Aw! Okay, roll to hit, or are you just trying to scare it?
I might fucking kill the thing.
What is your aim?
All right, I'll throw it. I'll try to throw it down right next to it,
All right, roll to hit.
and yell at it to get away from the food.
Okay.
I guess that wakes us up.
Yeah. 19. Okay, so dagger lands incredibly close to this little creature, and as you yell, it like is just stuck. Deer in headlights look. Part of this fish hanging out of its mouth, and its hand like into this bag, and it grabs whatever was in the a handful of whatever's in the bag and runs off with the rest of the fish, and then whatever it had in its hand.
No, I'm chasing after it.
Chase after it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
My damn fish.
you finished.
Do we all
eating
wake
it.
up and see this?
Yeah, you
Or
would
no?
all.
Oh, what about the rations?
It didn't take the bag. It just took some of them. It's like some dried
Okay,
fruit
alright.
and nuts.
Okay, all right. As long as it didn't take everybody's shit.
No,
I'm
no,
okay
no,
with
no,
it.
no. So yeah, you all wake up to Solor screaming, "Get away from
Well, I
the food!"
Yeah. You little bastard. Dagger goes flying into the ground.
So everybody briefly wakes up, depending on how long you want to. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Do I like know what it's stolen, or I just see it running off and Seller's mad about it?
I
Like,
don't
what
even
do I
know if you
see
would
when I wake up?
realize What was probably you just see like Solor running past you, screaming about food and saying "little bastard," and if you like whip your head around, you might catch the little thing like running off in the distance.
Okay, so I don't really have time to react probably then. I'll get out of my bed like begrudgingly and be like, "What is going on? Why you wake me up in the middle of night? What is happening?" I'll like yell after him as he's running away.
I look at the bag of cheese. Was it touched?
Oh. Oh, you muted solely on accident.
Yeah, I was trying to fix this sound, and now it's on somebody else. And now I don't know what I'm doing. I've
Oh,
lost.
and he broke Soli's mic.
No, dude, everybody's broken now. That's why you don't give me admin powers.
You
dude.
had admin. What do you mean?
I just remove everybody.
I think everybody can.
You have access, not anymore. Later, bitch.
I think everybody can unmute themselves.
Okay,
Solly's mic
alright.
just might be being.
All right.
Yeah, I heard like our voices echoing through it.
Yeah, it sounded like a fishbowl. Oh, I see what I did. I just muted it, and I can ask the person to unmute. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't know how to fucking use Zoom, dude. I get on there and listen to people babble at me about stupid shit for 30 minutes, and then I go back to work.
Well, you have to, as an admin, you have to be able to mute people because you'll hear people like peeing and like talking to their neighbor and doing other random shit around the house.
Oh,
Like
wow.
you have to be able to.
Yeah.
I use it
believe that's
daily,
right.
so I am very accustomed to the Zoom faux pas.
Yeah, we use it enough.
Alright, so
I
how
wa-
the hell did you?
I was playing Helldivers once and I was unmuted and everyone was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" So then I learned.
Oops.
Oh no.
That's funny. You could probably hear me smashing buttons in the background when I'm taking calls, playing
Yeah,
WoW. I don't give a fuck though. They're gonna have to prove that I'm playing WoW
that's true.
before I stop. Fuckers.
Alright.
All right. So what am I
You
doing?
explained to everybody why you're screaming and running through.
The question was posed by Yahweh of, is the cheese bag still present?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Was
Yeah.
the cheese
Sorry, guys,
touched?
I went off to go explore, and a little meerkat was back trying to steal our shit. So I almost killed him with my dagger, but he ran off. But I wasn't trying to kill him. I was just trying to scare him. I
So
almost
then
wanted to kill him.
nothing dangerous then, yes?
No, nothing dangerous. It was just a little. I was trying to keep him away from our shit. you guys already lost your gold. I didn't want you to lose your food too.
This is why I put cheese in the trap.
They're all
For
rodents
meerkats?
closer to us.
I can
Wow.
put the cheese back in the trap, and we can just reset it if something comes by.
I mean, you're good. I'm going to sleep now. It's Sully's turn. Good night.
Good night.
What time
Wait.
of night is it? Like midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m.?
Third watch, so it'd be like 3-ish.
Yeah, I definitely overslept. It was those cookies. It was just too many cookies.
Sugar crash. All right.
Am I allowed to go back to sleep? Like,
It is completely up to you.
have I had a long night's rest yet? Or do I need more hours?
You could probably spend the rest of the time just doing like downtime stuff and be okay.
No, I'm saying like if I've had a long rest and I'm not going to be able to go back to sleep, or I don't feel like I need more sleep, then I'll stay up and join Sully for her last watch or whatever.
You could do that.
Or if I have my own watch later, then
I think
I've
Sully's is
been
the
woken
last
up
one.
too many times tonight.
I know.
Yeah, that was,
yeah,
that was the last
if
one.
this is the last watch, I'll join then.
Okay. Okay.
And maybe
I'll
like
re-
watch the opposite side of the camp.
Okay.
I'll place the cheese back into the trap.
Great. So you all get to smell the cheese. Luckily it is 3 a.m. and most things are night creatures are generally going to bed at 4 a.m. And nothing else is awake yet. All right. So no warning about the God damn it, Timothy. No warning about the sparks. All right. So you two are on watch. Roll me some perception checks.
16.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, you probably saw it. 24.
So, are y'all just hanging out in camp, watching the night go by?
Yeah, I take 10 or 20 minutes to like meditate for the day and get ready and do my spell list and everything before I actually like look out.
Okay.
I'll be looking out with some cookies. I don't like the smell.
It's just like you're just using the cookies to filter smells. I love it. Okay, so throughout your watch, you guys, throughout your watch, the sounds do begin to die down. You do still see, especially, well, Doru's rolled really well too. Those sparks off in the distance just remain steady the whole time. They are random. They just remain there over that area, which y'all are not aware of. So just off in the distance, you see these little sparks off and on throughout the time that y'all are watch. Now, towards the end of your watch, you do begin to hear like larger animals moving around the area. You hear like twigs snapping and brush being moved in a way that you just know is just larger creatures. But nothing seems to get close to the... as the wee hours of the morning begin around. So unless there was any kind of investigating that you want to do, or anything like that.
Yeah, are the dancing lights like in front of where I'm watching by chance?
They could be if that's the direction you chose to watch.
Yeah, after I finish my meditations and getting ready for the day, I'll walk out like maybe 25 feet out of the base, and I'll tell Sully, I'm going to check out these lights. I don't trust them.
Yeah, me neither. Be careful.
You can come if you like. I don't want to.
Oh no, you're fine. I'll just like stay here and just
Yeah.
look around, make sure that.
I'll walk to within 30 feet of the lights and cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Those are the lights I stood in, right?
God damn it, that's so weird.
Yeah,
Yes.
we didn't get a warning about them.
Guys.
No, you didn't say anything about him.
That's true. I
With the
didn't.
hoodie.
Yeah, roll Arcana for me.
Not good. 11.
11. So as you cast Detect Magic, 100% there is magic in this area. So it's strange. It's not a magic that you're familiar with, but it is, the smell of it is reminiscent of, like, as you were walking the derelict streets of Aubervale, there was a very specific smell that only, like, you or those that have really sensitive arcane senses would be able to detect. And it was like a lingering, like an aged, and maybe just at the time you equated it to the age of the area and just how terrible it was. But now that you have it in concentration in front of you, this very well could be like a lingering area from what they called those bubbles that had caused all the issues during the disruption in Portal Zone.
I know you didn't tell me this time, but I heard you earlier and you said there was like a ring of mushrooms under the lights. That's what I see.
Yeah, so there is like a ring, it's like a little wall towards this area. And you do notice the same thing that Solor noticed, is that the lights are not technically insects or bugs of any kind. They just
the glowing balls.
They just blink into existence randomly.
Okay, I'm gonna do two things. First, I walk up to the lights, or like nearest to the side of the mushrooms without stepping on the mushroom area, and I blow from my trunk. I put it up to the next to the lights, and I blow to see if I blow air at the lights, do they move, or are they
no effect
like
whatsoever.
Impervious to the wind.
Yeah, no effect.
Okay. Then I kneel down. I have light on my staff this whole time. I'm still like, I'm being obvious. I'm not trying to hide or anything. I put my staff in the ground and I kneel down, and I want to try and cut one of the mushrooms and take it.
Okay.
See what happens.
As you cut one of the mushrooms and take it, nothing happens specifically. I need you to roll nature for me. These are fairly large, like they're big mushrooms.
Not a nature boy, but I'll give it a shot.
I know.
13.
13, that's not too bad. As you cut the mushroom, like, you get another whiff of something very strange. You're familiar with mushrooms, what they smell like, used in a lot of magic.
Yeah, I take this mushroom and I put it in a vial and a big cork on top of it, and I keep it.
Okay, so you'll have to probably cut off a piece of this mushroom because they're fairly large mushrooms. They're chunky boys.
Yeah, I'll chuck a chunk off the ear.
Okay. So you are, but nothing happens to area specific. Other than that, smell has almost permeated the mushroom.
I cast Detect Thoughts. I can do that once a day, right?
Yeah.
I'll try and detect towards the lights, see if there's any sentient thoughts in the cloud of lights.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so as soon as you detect thoughts, as every light blinks in, you get these random... Yeah, it is overwhelming. There is nothing specific, but it is just an overwhelming amount of sensations that come through. There's, like, you cannot detect anything specific because it's so instant and random.
Is it like, can you give me a general feeling? Like, is it happy feelings? Is it like scared feelings? Like mad feelings? Like, what's the type of lights that I'm seeing? Like,
some of them are very neutral, as if like it's a specific moment in time of like a mundane life. Others are fear, others are anger, most of them are very neutral. But like on a percentage level, let's say 50 or 60% are neutral, and then 20 is like anger, 20 is fear, and then the rest is just pain.
Okay. Well, I like back away slowly from the thing, and I'm literally writing in my journal this whole time as well, like what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing and
Ooh.
the observations. And I'll go back and like talk it over slowly if I can.
Okay.
Like, these lights are very strange. They're almost like they have emotions, but not sentience, but emotions.
That's very interesting. But you didn't notice anything weird, right? Nothing like.
Well, I did not step in. I do not dare to make a idiotic move such as this.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was just observing, and I hold up the jar with the mushroom in it, and I like rattle it around. I'm like, it's a very strange occurrence to see in middle of forest like this.
I wonder if the mouse folk has something to do with it. Maybe they plant it and then they harvest it or something.
Or if it is remnant of the prior periods with the ancients and everything.
Could.
We will find out tomorrow, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yes?
I think so.
So as the day begins to brighten, the lights fade. Whether or not they're still there, they very well might possibly be, but they're just not bright enough to emit any light when the sun finally peeks through the trees. So dappled light greets your morning. You are free to wake up everybody, begin packing at camp, and if there's conversations you want to have, we can have those conversations your way. So as everybody awakes,
Wow. I forgot to tell you guys, don't the mushroom circle over there. It's yeah, it's a little weird.
Watching the cat talk is so unnerving. I can't.
isn't it?
I can't. It's so creepy. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'll mute myself.
I've been distracted since he put that stupid thing on. I'm trying really hard. Really hard.
Like what?
I know. And when he was almost sneezing, the cat's face like squinched.
That was
It was
great.
so-
I was watching it, laughing my ass off.
Oh god. Alright.
So good.
Alright, so mushroom circle. You finally say something
Yeah.
about the mushroom circle.
Yeah, so I touched the balls, and the white floating balls, and they got these memories. I think somebody really powerful sacrificed themselves here, and this is a remnants of their magic. I think that's what that circle is, because I saw like visions of like an area that was destroyed, and then I felt somebody like feel like their being was like they were gonna sacrifice themselves from this land, and it hurt, and it was a crappy memory, and I didn't like it. But I don't know.
You remember when we were under mountain and we had the same feeling from entities we think maybe were dragons during the change that were sacrificing themselves to save people to get them off the planet, off the realm. Might be similar, yes?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. This is the seed of something,
Oh yeah,
right?
he wasn't there. I forgot. Solar wasn't there.
Well, this is supposed to be the seed
But
of
I-
something, is it not? Seed of air, right? How do I know this?
Yeah, we're going to the temple of. This is the third temple, right?
Yeah.
Like my character knows this. I'm too stupid to remember.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's been a long time. We've had many side quests. Yes, this is the third seat. So this is the seat of air. Y'all done like earth, water. This is air. So yeah. Okay, so walking and talking, right? I'm so sorry. I'll stop looking at the stupid cat.
I'll dismantle my trap. I guess that didn't go off.
Yeah. Well, it would have, but you stopped
Taking
it
the more
from
rotten
going
cheese
off.
now.
Yeah, you stopped it from going off. So
I was trying to save my precious cheese.
I mean, you could have had frog legs. Just saying, it would have been an option.
How much cheese is it?
He bought like at least 2/3 of a wheel of nasty cheese.
Why do you need that much cheese anyway? Come to think of it. You collect the weirdest shit, man. You have like this necklace of teeth and a wheel of cheese. Like, are you gonna feed the cheese to the teeth? I have no idea what's going on. Just gonna let them munch on it? You're gonna just stick them in there and make a toothy cheese ball? It's kind of weird.
Well, the cheese was for the mice. Either as a trap or as a bargaining chip. I don't know.
I hate
You know,
you
so
so
look,
much.
we all have pastimes, and we don't judge people for their pastimes. And he like lifts his cane up and pokes at the overflowing satchel of gold that Solar has at his side.
Yeah, it's fine. Mine's useful. That cheese smells. And I can tell you from personal experience, it tastes like absolute ass.
Hearing him reference
swamp ass.
hearing him reference my mistake, I'll jump in, come out of the pendant. Oh, that's a lovely shirt. Did you get that for your birthday, Solar?
Yep, for my birthday. You know, the best thing about being me is pretty much every day could be my birthday if I wanted it to be.
I rip off a piece of the stale. Oh, well, now it's only 1 day old, so it's still pretty fresh bread of the baguette, and I hand it to, or I give it out to Solor if he wants it. You want this? It will help clear your palate. Yes.
Yeah, anything's better than what I can still taste.
Give him a hunk of the baguette.
Okay.
Yeah.
My nose is running now.
Stop chewing, Tim. Stop chewing.
He's not. He's just
Yeah,
doing
he
it
was,
to
he
do
was.
it. He's got nothing to chew. He's just being ridiculous.
I know, but it's so fucking. Oh god. I can't even.
I know.
I love this.
I know. Sully and I are on board.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, this is amazing.
So, Buckery continues as you begin walking. So the pathway that was just kind of dotted throughout the area has completely disappeared.
Oh. Before we leave, can I put my soul coin in that circle?
Want to do what?
I just want to put the soul coin in the circle as like an offering. It's like a respect.
Who was in the soul?
Some random fucker that I killed.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
It looks so weird when her head turned to the side.
It was probably a toddler. No big deal.
Yeah.
No, it was one of the bad guys we killed a while back
Oh, yeah.
when we first met. Oh,
Well, you mean that
one of the
Nemu
guys on the
killed?
ship, I think.
You mean
No,
that
I think
Nemu
we-
killed?
No, it was one of the guys on the first fight that when we met.
Oh, on the
Oh,
the sea
when we
creatures?
came across the water.
Decree, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
About the water genie thing.
probably.
Yeah, it was like some nobody.
Okay.
Hmm.
Poor guys. Yeah.
Now he's the BBEJ for the end of the campaign.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah,
Tim.
yeah.
I mean, somebody's got to spice this bitch up, you know? I'm here for you guys. If you're gonna play D&D, you might as well do stupid shit. Like eat fucking moldy ass cheese.
We got that covered.
I know.
Soul coin is left. Walking. As you continue walking through the late morning, you do begin to see deer and those kinds of things in the area, even rabbits, birds, begin singing. The entire, hold on a second.
Dude, it does my motions and everything.
It's terrible.
Why
so
did I hate my
distracting.
cat so much? It's me. Yeah.
It's very distracting.
I
I
am.
will agree.
Yeah. See, Keegan's fine with it.
You should
How-
do a TikTok with this as the person on the TikTok. You'd be 100%.
I'd just be sitting here like this and being like,
Yeah, but it would sell. It would sell. That's the thing.
It's terrible.
It's probably like a legal thing. You can't use it for commercial purposes or
We
whatever.
need to get
but yeah.
like custom made ones for
Yeah, you can.
each of our characters.
Yep. Custom VTuber thing. So
this is how I would totally show up to my work meetings, not giving a fuck. You want to see my picture? This is it, dumb bitches.
While you're answering phone calls, you're recording yourself on this.
Yeah, exactly. How can I help you, meow?
I'm sorry, Tiffany. We're totally derailing.
I mean, we've been doing that from the start. Instead of...
you don't need to apologize.
All of our game. But
Yeah, it is.
I'm trying to find that Tailspire content, DM. I'm trying.
It's okay. We'll barely get there. We will not.
I
be...
want to touch crazy things like I'm doing. I'm trying to discover.
And
Remember when we said yes to Tailspire at the beginning of this game?
Nope. We just other encounters. So walking through the late morning, shit, coming alive, stuff walking around, stuff flying, songs of birds instead of the droning noises of night creatures and bugs. The heat is kind of oppressive, honestly. It's humid. It's fairly warm here. You'd expect it to be cool, as there are literally waterfalls that fall off of the archipelago as you get closer and closer to the misty steps into the Crying Cascades.
Wait, did we pop our magic potions?
You're not there yet.
Oh, sorry.
However, the mist doesn't fall like you would expect it to. It doesn't cool the area. And as you walk further and further, you do see more of these banners. And off in the distance, you begin to notice an old, maybe barrack of some kind? Or maybe even wall of an old building, like ancient. Very worn down, most of the stone. But as soon as this comes into your view, you realize that humidity, it's tough terrain, the never-ending mangroves that just seem to repeat over and over again, almost as if you're walking in circles. Constant drone of the noises of the forest around you begin to be exhausting. I need you all to roll a con.
.7.
A 27?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I got 18.
17.
My one skill. I got a 9.
A 9? Oh, I expected Soli to fail this, not you.
Get
Oh, no.
wrecked, cheese boy.
You get a point of exhaustion.
Yeah, it sucks. How long has it been since I've had exhaustion?
Yeah.
Are we doing new rolls? or
Besides
old
in real
rolls?
life every day.
I don't remember what the new rules are.
It's just -1 to all ability checks.
Yeah, let's try it. So everybody's feeling sluggish though. It's like your speed has almost halved. And as everybody kind of yawns, and DOA even more so, is like his eyes are getting droopy a little bit. You realize that not only is this exhausting, but my god, are you burning through. You are suddenly realizing that you have not eaten enough for breakfast.
That's why I got the cookies.
So Soli begins switching on cookies.
Oh, Jesus, stop the cheese.
I need everybody
Oh
to
no, not the cheese.
roll a wisdom saving.
Oh, I got a 3.
A 3.
I got a 4.
4.
I got a
20.
7.
25.
Oh my god. Okay, so there's a very vast difference here. So 3 of you rolled under 10. And wait, have you ever had the late night munchies? Where you get like a box
Sure.
of crackers and you start eating crackers and you're like, man, this isn't hitting the spot. It's not filling. So you're like, maybe I
You
need
wouldn't
something
have that
sweet.
problem if they were always goldfish.
So maybe you need
Oh
something
my
sweet.
God.
So you go and find something sweet, and then you start eating something sweet, and now you have like a box of goldfish and maybe like some cookies in front of you, and nothing is really doing it. So you're like, you know what? Maybe I just need a glass of milk. That is the feeling that you all have. Everybody who
That is
rolled under a
so-
freaking 15. That is the feeling everybody that you all have.
That is so relatable. I do that almost every other night.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I have popcorn, I have candy, I have milk or tea or something else to try and balance. It's just nothing works, so you just keep trying different snacks, right? That is the feeling that you have. So Soli, you begin eating your cookies, and it's just not hitting the spot. Now, Solor, I don't know what kind of rations you brought with you. Or Eoway for that matter.
I have preserved meats.
Yeah, so you have preserved meat. So you start eating the preserved meats, and it's not hitting the spot. So, Solor, whatever you have, you start munching on your like road rations, and it's just not doing it. So, Dorus, as you're walking with everybody, you're tired, not exhausted, obviously. You're tired, like everything just seems incredibly overwhelming. And all of a sudden, you see Eoway, Solor, and Soli all digging into their packs trying to find different foods. So, and then Eoway like looks at his jerky and then looks at Soli's cookie and is like, maybe I need something sweet. So then they all start passing around random foods and just continually eating as you're making your way into toward like, and all they're doing is just talking about food and how good everything tastes, but it's not hitting the spot.
You know, I pull out some horse feed I still have for some reason. You know, I still have
Oops.
this.
Horse meat?
Horse feed.
No, horse
No,
feed.
horse
oats.
feed. How desperate am I?
I mean, it's pretty overwhelming. It's considered sweet feed. I don't know what it would taste like to y'all. Like raw oats.
Fucking hand it here.
So
I'm willing to try anything at this point.
you
Pass
take,
around a bag of feed.
yeah. So
I just dig my face in there.
I can't with this. Oh my god. So you grab, like, you stick your face full into this bag and you start chewing and you're like, oh, nope, this is not doing it. Raw oats.
Just spitting. It's just spitting out of my mouth. Oh, this isn't very good. I don't recommend
That's
it.
not doing it.
This isn't cutting it. Is there a stream nearby? Where's the water?
So strangely enough, you do end up passing by a stream.
Alright, so I do have
Dorus,
Fisher.
I need you to roll perception since you are the only one sane
Oh,
at
no.
this moment.
For God's sakes, find me some water.
You know, I'm saying
12.
too,
You are sane too. I'm sorry. Nice. You're
and
Well-
probably
Whatever
very
it is.
concerned.
Well, for me, yeah.
26 for me.
Holy shit. So, Dorus, this is very distracting. Like, incredibly distracting. Y'all are walking up to the stream, and
Yeah, I'm like trying to figure out how to tell them not to eat this shit that they're trying to eat, and I'm like, but also why? If they want to eat it, let them eat it.
Are there any flowers around? Anybody see any flowers?
I'm not sure what they're thinking, but I also don't want to stop them because I'm like, why? It's not my place to stop them.
You see me like getting on all fours, like eating grass and shit.
I mean, maybe I didn't know this about cat people.
so,
Sometimes you just get the urge to eat the grass.
yeah, randomness. So
Like,
Dorus,
Doris really doesn't want to be canceled, so he's like, just gonna let it play out as long as it's not dangerous.
yeah. Roll nature for me
Anybody see any catnip?
as you're looking for plants.
Roll nature.
Yeah. So nice. Dorus is pretty focused on whatever the hell is going on here, making sure that they're not gonna injure themselves. And so as you all walk up to the stream, that there's a few things that begin to appear in your sight as you get closer and closer to what you now see would be like an old it would have been at one point like a tower on the side of a barracks or something like that, but it has just been worn away to nothing but like a floor and a half. And like it's pretty close now, probably like 150, 200 feet. And there's a stream between you guys and this thing, and you now begin to see an old pathway begin to dot the ground, peeking out from underneath the lichen and all the dirt and stuff like that. So Salor rushes over to the stream to get a big gulp of water. What did you roll for nature? Ow. A 10. Oh, low. Okay. So
Yeah, something low.
So, Dorus, you noticed Salor, as soon as he's done gulping this water, he begins looking around and he finds a plant. He's like, ooh, this looks like catnip, I guess, or it looks like an edible flower. And he goes over to grab it, but it is literally glowing purple. And
Like close enough to like interject.
Oh, yeah. You're
I'd be like,
babysitting the group.
wait. Do you think this is safe to eat? It's very obviously trying to give off essence of, do not eat me. I'm dangerous and poisonous, possibly poisonous.
No, it's a purple flower.
Oh, do feel a little weird. I'll take your advice. You do have one hell of a snoot.
Yeah, I smell the plant and I like investigate the leaves, and I'm like trying to maybe do some like medicine. Is it like a medicinal plant or is it like a drug type of plant or?
Yeah, you know what? Roll medicine. Let's see where this goes.
I got pretty good medicine. Yeah, 28.
Wow. It could definitely be used medicinally if prepared correctly. Otherwise, it is.
This is very dangerous if not used correctly. And I picked the plant. Is there a bunch of them or just the one?
It's if you could like think of like a group of like bulbs of some kind, like tulips or something. Like there would be a few of them in one single area.
Do you see anything else sparkling in the area?
We can. I say to Seller, I'm like, we can use these, but do not just eat them. It's very dangerous. And I like pick the bulbs off so we can't eat them.
Okay.
Put them in my pouch.
Ooh, try these. I pull out some roots I've had in my bag since the valley.
Oh no.
I have swift speed roots, which are haste potion ingredients.
You go first.
Okay. I pop one in my mouth.
Okay, so you pop one in your mouth. Now you are exhausted and caffeinated. So you're a little bit, twitchy, but still tired. This may play in later.
Feel like if I popped a monster right now.
Yes, exactly. So
You want to try one?
No, man, you're looking a little, a little
I mean, I also have these truffles.
No, maybe you can offset it with some of that cheese you have.
Oh, I look back at the cheese bag. I've already gone through an entire wheel.
Yeah, I pull out of my
You're
sack.
not going to be able to shit for weeks, man.
I pull out of my satchel an entire new baguette and I hand each of them half of it and be like, no, eat this. It's much safer. Do not do anything stupid. We're almost to the temple.
Wait,
I'm like trying
why are
to
we eating
dissuade
so
them
much?
from eating stupid things.
You've never eaten like this before. Why are we eating like this now?
Whoa.
I haven't gotten down on all fours and eaten grass since I was a kid.
It's my fault. You probably got some sort of river parasite.
Oh, that's probably true. You're probably right.
I'm sorry.
super contagious.
Is it from the cheese?
Contagious.
Cheese parasites.
Yep. Now, Doros, you do feel peckish, but you're not like starving like these three seem. So you would have grabbed like a heel of the bread and started munching on it. So
I
nice.
eat some of the bread too, yeah.
On the other side of the river, you notice 5 green rocks quite large. And as y'all are getting closer, you notice that it's just like 5 of those frogs sleeping. Like a little nesting area. The other side of the creek. There's like an old bridge that kind of spans the area.
Do we need to go over there, or are
Yeah,
they just like
this is
across
the
from us and we see
direction-
them?
This is the direction of like where y'all are heading. Kind of chilling there. I'm gonna bring y'all into the
What
menu.
are-
I know we don't have a lot of time, but I just want to show you.
Do I know like what frogs would be like? What predators would go after frogs? Like, I'm not good at nature, but can I imagine what predator would go after and try and eat a frog?
Large frogs, giant birds.
Birds. Okay, cool. I can make a bird noise. I thaumaturgy a giant like wren coming through the valley along the river, trying
Okay.
to scare these frogs away.
Now I have 3.
Through my trunk, actually, through my trunk, I push that up into the air.
Okay. So roll
Nice.
nature.
Do a Nemu impression.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you heard
I'm
Nemu,
really
like,
good
squawk
at
before?
I'm good at music, and no one can play as good as me. And I also do not practice, and I do not respect my roommate's sleeping times, even though he only needs 4 hours of trancing.
Wow.
Good enough.
It's very, very good.
So performance. I'm sorry, Doris. Performance.
It's a 4.
It's a 4. So the loud noise doesn't necessarily scare these creatures. However, they do seem to wake. And just kind of blink a few times as their heads come up. And they all look in y'all's direction. Now, as they do, you realize that they're all kind of circled around another much bigger boulder that has not yet moved, but does seem a little bit not rockish. It blends in well.
Would this sound like the story I heard from the book that Yahweh was telling me about a boulder-looking thing that an animal jumped up from?
No, this one has like warts on its back. Would have just looked like a very bumpy rock. But
Okay. There's a much bigger frog there, Dorus. I don't know what's going on with our party. The parasites have spread, so maybe it's up to you and me to fight this big frog there.
If he's talking to me, I'll like feel embarrassed that my bird noise was like not very good bird noise, and I'll thaumaturgy if they're within 30 feet or like maybe under the river or something, the ground, so it's like rumbling under the ground for 1 minute.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just trying to scare these things out of our way.
So as soon as this rumbling begins, all 5 of the frogs that are visible become incredibly nervous. And the big boulder that Nice had pointed out begins to rise. And continues to rise, leaving like a massive gap in the ground. And this one is pretty reminiscent to Big Papa Frog that Nice had summoned in a strange way. And as the ground begins to rumble, they all scatter. They rolled a 2. And they all head off, kind of surrounding the big one, ensuring that its safety. Possibly to safer ground, higher ground. I don't know what you would do what nature does in a earthquake situation. But they no longer feel safe there. However, you are now safe. And
Doris like examines them leaving, and he's like, very good. This is very good.
That was great. Do you have something for everyone's stomachs?
No, unfortunately, I gave all my bread away already.
No.
Are you hungry?
No. I just feel bad and partially responsible for whatever prevailing bacterial infection is spreading throughout the party.
Is Nice like physically out?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
walking amongst us, sort of in his spectral form.
Yeah, I'm gaining confidence, so I've been moving throughout the day, you know.
As I
kinda
said,
over
are
Yahweh's
you
shoulder.
hungry? I like put the bread over towards you and see if you want to grab it.
It'll do me no good. I can't, and I'll like move my hands through the bread. Like two little arms will pop out of because I'm usually just an orb, but two little arms will come out and just kind of wave back and forth through the bread.
Well, keep up the ambition. You may eventually make it to, you know, actual self-actualized being and all this.
Oh, and I'll like slowly focus on the bread and move my hands slowly, and they'll just pass through. Maybe leave the bread with Yahweh and I'll practice.
I don't trust him whether he will eat it.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Still munching. So as you cross this little bridge and get closer and closer to this is where we'll end. There are multiple of the little banners posted around. And that feeling of exhaustion and hunger continue to pervade. And also get a little stronger. And off in the distance you hear a small voice. Please leave. We don't want to hurt anyone else. Our sacred duty commands us to warn you, then stop you by any way needed. Please turn around and return to whence you came.
It's like a guardian mixed with a Walmart greeter.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. I had the nicest Walmart greeter today and it threw me off. I was like, wait a minute. That's genuine. I don't understand what I'm doing. I don't know how to respond to this.
It's the message at the self-checkouts. It's like, please do not shoplift. Please do not put extra items in your bag.
Please weigh all your items. Yeah. And that's where we're gonna leave it. So, frog combat faded.
Frog bat.
Yeah,
Defeated
frog
by cheese.
defeated by cheese and earthquake.
Got him.
And you are now at the ruins-ish, getting close anyway. I'll move everybody closer when we get there. And found out a
I
little
can't
bit.
remember what Tim looks like. He's just cat Tim
I know,
now.
it's just Cat Tim. That's it. That's all it is. Forever.
Really all that matters.
You big pussy.
it's almost funnier with your voice and its face. Like,
yeah, for sure.
hilarious. Also, it blinks like every half second. It blinks so much.
I have a feeling he's going to find one that matches Soul. And this is what we're going to have to live with.
I wanted to do this.
And there is no options.
Oh, okay.
I think he like would have the Puss in Boots like try hat thing.
Nice.
That's how I imagine
He has a
him.
fishing hat. He has a fishing hat with like lures and stuff all over it. So you would have
Oh
to.
yeah. I was thinking the same thing when I was invited to join the campaign. But they stopped doing Snapchat as an app, so I couldn't make a ghost filter.
Oh, really? How did you do yours?
Yeah.
Your cat. Is it like a thing here?
It's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah,
one of
it's an
those, like,
avatar.
third-party apps. Yeah.
No. It's part of Zoom. If you go next to your video and the little arrow next to it, and go to choose avatar, you can be, a dog. You can be a cat. You can be all kinds of stuff.
avatars. My avatars aren't loaded. Sign in. Oh, I have to sign in.
Oh. Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, it's a bunch of gray blobs for me.
Yep.
I thought I
Not
had to be
signing in,
signed in
fuck
to
that
do this
shit.
kind of thing.
Fuck those guys. I don't want to sign into their shit. I mean, sorry,
Wow.
I'm cursing a lot.
Right. But they don't have a ghost one, so it's no good.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Now you wish you rolled the raccoon solely.
Do they have an elephant one? Someone put up an elephant one.
There is no elephant one. I already looked.
Damn.
Yeah.
I would
That's
totally do it if
disappointing.
there was an elephant one.
There-
You got
Bears.
fox, panda,
And cows.
cow.
Yeah. I can.
The cows are kind of funny.
Can be trash panda.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
cows are
trash
pretty
panda.
good.
Trash panda is great. Yeah.
Trash pandas are pretty great.
Rabbit is good too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the fox is nice.
Verification.
I'm not signing up for Zoom. Those guys are never getting my info after all the shit they did
Yeah.
last.
I was debating about
Whatever.
this for nice. This is as close as I could get to a
That's
ghost.
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about all this.
Plus, you're gonna get all kinds of weird YouTube viewers that are here for the furries. I wouldn't recommend it.
I mean, if it gets you the views, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
No,
That's exactly why I'm going to do it.
I don't know what this is.
The beaver.
It's a beaver.
That's a
Beavers
bear.
don't exist.
That's a grizzly bear.
What? Beavers do exist. What are you
They
talking
do
about?
not. They do not exist.
Never seen one. I've never seen one in real
Nope.
life. I've seen evidence.
I've
of
seen
I'm
them.
pretty sure
They
black.
live at my grandpa's farm. What are you talking about? They do exist.
I've never seen
There's a weird vagina joke.
They
in there
eat all the
somewhere,
fucking
but
trees. They're annoying as hell.
I'm gonna let it be.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, the human avatars are even creepier than the animals.
That's
Oh
even
my
creepier.
God.
Yeah, go back to the animal, Tim.
I can't hear you.
I'm
This
gonna
is
be the
what you
only
guys
one
get
left.
From now on.
I.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a cow.
It's the end of the world, and I'm the only surviving human.
You are the only. How do I turn this off? Wait, where is
I've
it?
turned-
I've
Forgiven.
turned into a Play-Doh boy.
I find it.
Somehow.
I find it funny.
you look
that
like
the
a
stream
sim.
does not pick up your thing.
Yeah. Are you DMing for people or are you DMing for a bunch of just AI bots?
Just
You'll
AI
never know.
bots.
You think I get in trouble for this?
We're gonna have to do a reverse campaign where
yes,
we're the
yes, you
animals and
definitely
we're
will get in trouble for that.
Really? That's funny.